Hi, Scrappy friends. It's Kim back from Making Creative Memories in Time, and I am playing along today with Follow a Sketch February, and it's February 8th. Today's sketch is brought to you by Cherry Averill, and I was so drawn to all of these circles. And so let's just give this sketch a go. And I want to shout out to Sandy, who is Steak Goddess here on YouTube. You can find the playlist down below. And I have pulled some products from my stash, Lagoon ink and a Wild Berry shimmer brush. I have pulled Life's a Hoot card making stamp set from my stash because there is this cute little splatter right there that I want to use. And I am using a paper collection that is called Magical Moments. And it had this cute little mermaid vibe in one of the papers, and that will be linked down below. I wanted to scrapbook just a few pictures of Liliana's 3rd birthday. And so here they are getting ready to blow out the candles on the cake. And her nanny are opening my present. It was a mermaid-themed birthday, and I found some mermaid scale paper. And then this is her and her Auntie Samantha, which she lovingly refers to as Auntie T. So this paper is multifunctional. It is a little boyish and girlish, depending on what side of the paper you're on. One side is monsters, and then the other side is just this really pretty Island Waters color that matches the lagoon. And hopefully this paper collection is very loud and hopefully busy. You know what I'm saying when I say loud. It's kind of busy. Hopefully using the colors that I'm using will make it look a little less loud. So you guys know me. When I work with this sketch, I'm kind of like all over the place a little. We're going to attach these papers and then come back and trim off at the very end over here. And I'm using Repositionable Adhesive. That way, if I need to remove, I can remove. I think, because my circle, I think, is going to come right up against the edge here. I know the one on, no, let's just rework this. And we'll let that overlay. Right here, I can leave a little gap if I want. If I want, I can leave a little gap. And we're going to move this all over the place, friends. Sometimes I always refer to myself as a perfectionist in recovery. I am a recovering perfectionist. I know that you feel me on that, right? I know you do. Okay, and then here, I loved this stripe that looked like it was the bottom of the sea. I just thought that was so pretty for this page. So let's go ahead and before we start cutting anything off, get happy with where things are going to go. Now this is like a diagonal paper, and I think I'm going to, you could totally make it horizontal, vertical now that it's been cut. But I do think I want to leave it on the diagonal because I think the diagonal is going to help pull your eye to the photo. And I'm probably going to put my photo up on some foam. And then I cut out these mermaid tails. And I'll decide here. And then I cut out the mermaid scale. And then here is the picture of her nanny. I started to make these photos smaller, but I wanted to keep them a 3x4, which I trimmed them down to, you guys know I like to trim down to 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. Let me think about this, friends. I know there's a lot going on in this paper, but I really wanted to use this paper. I feel like if I tuck that one behind the paper, and I may need to tuck this one behind the paper as well. I just don't feel like there's going to be as much, like your eye is going to flow more freely to this center photo. So this piece probably will go on some foam. This piece will not, and this will go on some foam. And then the embellishments are going to be pretty fun. So here is that cute mermaid, but now is she going to show up there? There's the thing. I was hoping I could do this, Find Me Under the Sea over here. And I wanted to do this mermaid right there. And then do, let's do Magical Moments, and then do the mermaid kind of right there. And then she's not really going to show up anywhere unless she's in the white. So I think I'm going to put her up here. And that's pretty much going to be my page. Really fast and simple. I just have to get these things down. And then I think I'm going to come back and do a little splattering up here, a little in here, and maybe just a little right here. And then where I splatter, I'll come in and stamp. So let's take all of these elements off and see if I can remember what I did. When I come back to put it back together, let's see if I can remember what I did. This is what's fun about me. So I have this little, it's just a little piece of all-purpose mat that I cut just small enough that will work on layouts like I'm doing now. And we're going to push a little, well, that's more than a little. And let's just bring in a pen. And I know this is going to look a little bit dark right now, and some of this is going to get covered up by paper and or photos. And that is perfectly fine, friends. And that is going to be all of that wild berry. Now, this is going to dry a little bit darker. I mean, it's going to be pink, but it's going to have a little bit of a dark look to it. And let's go ahead and get this cleaned up. I love to always keep a misting bottle on my desk. And if you guys follow me at all, you know that I could not live without my microfiber towels on my desk. Okay, and now let's come in with some, we'll come in and stamp afterwards. So let's go ahead and get these pieces trimmed off while that is still drying. I'm just going to flip it over from the back and cut right down the edge of that white cardstock. And let's start with this. And this, it doesn't matter because it's just cute stars. So what I'm going to do on this, friends, is I am going to pull, I have a ton of these foam squares, the inside foam squares left over from Shaker Elements, and I am going to pull some of them. Just because they have that little bit of a rounded edge. And that Not that you have to have a rounded edge. It's just this is going to be a fun way to use these. An easy way to use them. Because I do want this to sit up just a little. And then let's just, and I'm not going to peel all of these off. If you guys follow me, you know I do not peel all of the pieces off. It's just to keep it from smushing down in the album. And so definitely I am going to pull the center. And then I think what I'll do, I'll pull over here a spot. I'll pull a spot at the bottom. But as far as up at the top and this one side, I'm going to wait until I get my other pieces in. And then I will peel them off. That way they are sticking. But I want to allow myself the room to work there. Okay? So let's come back in. And again, I want that on the diagonal because I feel like that's going to help draw your eye to the photo. And I thought about popping that photo up, but I think this is all the pop I need. I think. Okay, so let's just lay these. And I love this sweet. And I'll take everything back down. Right now I'm just trying to get a placement for my papers. See why I didn't want to peel that off just yet? Okay, so I'm good with that. So let's go ahead and tack this one. And then let's stick our photo of Nene and Liliana. I love it. Couldn't love it more. And this is a lot going on, friends. It's a lot. That's why I wanted, even though these are pattern, that's why I wanted a more bold just color here to help pull your eye into the photo. And I even thought about this mermaid scale paper. And I thought maybe I don't want to use that. But I love it, and I can't think of anything better that I would use it for. And her little dress is actually a mermaid dress. I love it. So let's pull this back up just a little. And her mom had custom little white tennis shoes painted for her birthday party. And they were Little Mermaids. And of course, I've set that up a little bit higher, I think. So maybe she'll dance around over here now. And that's perfectly fine if she does. So we're just going to peel one or two off here so this actually sticks down. But by lifting, I don't know that you can tell, by lifting this bottom circle, it really helps my focal photo stand out. And I like that. So I think let's go ahead and stamp in this little splatter. And I'm going to do this in Lagoon, which will make it look like water. Just make sure it's seasoned up. And let's lay her, and maybe she can even just overlap the photo a little. Let's make it look a little bit like a splash coming out there. And then right up here, let's lay down, well, no. I thought about maybe trying to mask this, but I think we're going to be okay. I think I can stamp this right over top of the paper. And you're not really going to tell it there, but I wanted it up there. Okay, so she's going to go there. And I do think I am going to use some little thin foam tape to attach her. She's not going to be thick foam tape, just some thin. Just to give her a little lift. And because this is all that's going to be attaching the Little Mermaid, we are going to remove all the backing. And let's just let her overlap a little right there. I love it. And then down here, we're going to have Find Me Under the Sea. So that it needs a little thicker tape. Now, I'm not going to put tape on this end that's going to overlap right here. I'm just going to put tape over on this corner. And then the rest of this should just attach with regular adhesive. I love this sketch, and like I said the other day in another video, I just was so happy to find this Follow a Sketch February, the Scrapping Reflections group by Sandy. I was so happy to find this. And then I think I want my magical moments. Let's go ahead and just lift this up too, friends. And the playlist will be listed down below. If you like this paper collection, it will be listed down below as well, a link to this collection. Which, of course, the splatter pen and the stamp and inks are from my stash. And then I feel like if we put her right here, so we're going to need to use this thick foam for the mermaid tail. Sometimes, depending on where your foam comes from, the backing is a little hard to take off. Oh, friends, I love it. I absolutely love how this has turned out. Yes, I do. So let's come in and do just a little right there. And when you stamp, you sort of want to turn your splatters. Oh, I love it. And that's it. That's all it needs, friends. That is all it needs. I thought about maybe putting on some gems, but I don't think I need gems. Oh, I love this page. I think it turned out so pretty. Give you just a little close-up there of that splatter with the Wildberry Shimmer Brush, and then you can actually see that pink ties in really well. Give you just a little look at those patterns in there. I love the diagonal, pulling your eye to that focal photo. A little bit of the ink here and a little bit of the ink there. I was so drawn to this sketch, and I could not wait. And then what I can do for my journaling, I think what I'll do is I'll have a little bit of strip journaling right here, or I could have a little strip journaling down here. And now that I think about it, I think I'll do the strip journaling down here. And this will just say, you know, that Liliana could not wait for her 3rd birthday. She wanted it to be a mermaid party. Just the generic journaling, because this is just documenting her 3rd birthday, where her party took place, and Auntie T and Nan. I love it. I love it. So be sure to check out the playlist down below. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and the like button. That lets YouTube know that you are enjoying my content. And until next time, happy scrapping.